Hashem, an enormous amount of generosity that comes out of people during this time of the year because they believe that it's going to help them do tshuva. They're partially right, partially wrong. The Maharsha says that if a person donates money because he's looking for kavod, not only it's not a mitzvah, it's actually a sin. So if you're going to donate money, don't be one of these fools that donates publicly and make sure that everybody knows that you did it. It's not only it's not a mitzvah, it's an avera. That's number one. You want to donate? Donate. Donate quietly. You don't necessarily need to donate anonymously, but at least donate quietly. Whether you want to donate to the Bet Knesset, or you want to donate to Kiruv, or you want to donate to whoever you want to donate to, whatever good cause you want to donate to, be quiet. Second, before Yom Kippur, there's something called kaparot. There's a custom in Am Yisrael across the board from Ashkenazim, Sfaradim. Everyone has this custom to do kaparot. In the old days, they would kill a chicken, slaughter a chicken, and then, after putting it around the person's head, as a symbolic, not mamash, but a symbolic to the sacrifices that we would make as part of our repentance at Bet HaMikdash. Now the Ramban, as well as the Shulchan Aruch, Rabbi Yosef Karo, as well as the Rabbeinu Asher, Ramban and Shulchan Aruch specifically did not agree with this custom, and they actually called it superstition. They called it superstition, and they went against it. The Rashi and the Arizal, as well as a few others, did like this custom, and they said it's not superstition, it's just symbolic. So, throughout the generations, even though there's been both sides to the equation, some people continued to kill the chickens, to slaughter the chickens as a token of kapara, as a sort of like a ransom for their own life, a sacrifice for their own life, where it's supposed to entice a person to do tshuva by realizing that it's really supposed to be them being slaughtered for their sins and not the chicken. There's a couple of problems with this custom. Number one is that we make sins the size of a cow, but we're only killing a chicken. That's what Rabbi again used to say. It's unfair for the chicken. But the real reason is that in those days where they actually permitted it, the chickens would be given to the poor people and eaten by the poor people. Today, especially in communities, large communities that do these chickens, these kaparot, for the most part they throw most of them out, if not all of them out, because no one wants them. No one wants these chickens. No one wants your chicken that's full of your so-called sins, even though it's only symbolic. People are so superstitious that they don't want the chicken that's full of sins. So you see hundreds and hundreds of chickens going to the garbage. This, according to all opinions, is bal tashchit. It's a wasteful. It's being wasteful, which is not allowed. Not allowed to be wasteful. So because of that and other reasons, we follow what the Mishnah Berurah says, which is that you should replace the chicken with money. You should replace the chicken with money, something that's the value of a chicken. So in the last couple of years, what we did at BeEzrat HaShem, some people that have a poor person that they know, they can give them the money. Instead, value of a chicken is anywhere between $15 and $25. So if, let's say, you even do $18 or $18.50, you can give it directly to a poor person you know. If you don't know anyone, or at least not anyone that's a ben Torah and also poor at the same time, then what you can do is you could donate the money to BeEzrat HaShem, and we give it to avrechim and poor people that are in Israel that are also in the Torah world, not just the local homeless person. And it's $18.65. The reason why there's 65 cents is we're trying to cover the transaction cost. So the entire $18 goes to the people. We're not taking a single penny for BeEzrat HaShem. It's not a money maker for us or anything. It's just a service provider. It's $18 per person. But if it's so if you have, let's say, 10 people in your house, then it's $180. If you have 2 people in your house, it's $36, but plus the 65 cents, so $37.30. But if your wife is pregnant, then you have to give 3 for her. You have to give 3. And the reason why is because the child, and since you don't know if the child is a boy or a girl, you have to give 1 for a potential boy, 1 for a potential girl. So you would have to give for a pregnant woman 3. Again, you don't have to. This is a custom. You want to do it, you can do it. You don't want to do it, don't do it. Again, people that are cheap are thinking that this is some type of money maker. So for those people, please don't give it to us. Deal with it yourself. People that understand this is a mitzvah, they want to do it, they connect to it, they can do it. Now, the other thing is, in regards to donations, during this time, you see a lot of people going above and beyond their normal donations. They save up all of their oomph of donations to this time of the year. ROSH HASHANah, YOM KIPPUR, and one of the main reasons is because people see them. In Knesset, they sell aliyot, or they publicize what people donated. They publicize who's on the diamonds list, who's on the gold list, with the new... every Knesset has their own way of trying to convince people to donate more and more money. Now, the mitzvah of writing a Sefer Torah is the last mitzvah in the Torah. But the Chachamim say that this was during the time, writing an actual Sefer Torah was applicable as a commandment in the Torah for a person to fulfill at a time when people used to actually learn from the scroll itself. Today, since we live in a generation where people learn from books, it's much more important to actually sponsor and invest and donate for the sake of books and learning Torah and people doing tshuva. I just finished an article that I wrote today. BeEzrat HaShem will come out, BeEzrat HaShem tomorrow, talking about the religious world, the secular world, secularism in general. And in reality, one of the main things that you will notice, I don't have to help you with, is that in today's world, most people are spending an enormous amount of resources building buildings. Building more centers, more synagogues, more places, more walls, more Torah centers and yeshivot and so on. They're so busy raising millions of dollars for these places that it just seems like no one seems to realize that the average place doesn't even fill up 10% of capacity for Torah lectures. We're not the only ones that have low attendance. This is considered a lot for a lecture. You see a lot of places with the exception of major events, like for example, if I or somebody else comes from out of town, then you're going to have more people show up. The regulars, they have a lecture, 5 people, 7 people, 10 people. The Knesset can host 500. But 5 or 10 people show up, 20 people show up. Why? Because we have a lot of buildings, but very few Jews. And I don't mean Jews as far as the population. I mean Jews that actually want to be Jews. Jews that are becoming more Jewish. Jews that are actually interested in being Jews, that are proud to be Jews. And that's one of the things that people need to understand. Yes, you could donate another 5,000 or 50,000 or 500,000 to the Knesset so they could buy another extension to the building and have another library nobody uses and have more books that stay new for 25 years. You can do it. It's your money. But the reality is, it's not going to help you in heaven. It's not going to help you in heaven that there's another building that has books in it that no one reads. What will help you? Actually Jews coming to become Jews. Jews that are looking to become more Jewish. Jews that are actually coming to shul and praying and not just chit-chatting. People actually doing tshuva. People actually doing mitzvot. These are some of the things a person needs to realize. A lot of people, God bless them, they tell me, oh yeah, Baruch Hashem, you helped me do tshuva. I just donated all my money to some organization. This is every single day. Just yesterday, 4 people. 4 people told me, thank you for helping me do tshuva. I donated all my money to the Knesset. And I think to myself, Ishtabach Shimo La'ad, you are saying thank you to me at the same time you're telling me that you don't want anyone else to do the same thing you did, do tshuva. It's mind-boggling to me that unless you remind people to donate, they simply don't do it. So I'm going to give you two things that we're doing because people need to make everything they need to touch it, they need to feel it. So first thing first is there's another 2 discs coming out. Another 2 CDs coming out. Baruch Hashem, it's been a long time since we've come out with our own CDs. We came out with 2 CDs, Wall Street to Western Wall, a couple of years ago, over the last couple of years. Then Rabbi Ephraim's 2 CDs. Now these are the next 2 CDs, are my own, Baruch Hashem, in the series. So our first print is 50,000. First print is 50,000. These CDs are given to people for free. Even though we sell them on the website, Sonny will tell you he sees the orders and it's virtually none. So far, we've given away close to 500,000 CDs for free. 500,000 CDs for free. So somebody has to pay for them. Somebody has to sponsor them. Anyone that wants to sponsor CDs, you could sponsor. You could sponsor $5 or 5 million, whatever you want. When you sponsor them, people do tshuva. You don't sponsor them, people don't do tshuva. That's as simple as it gets. Next thing is these Asher Yatzar cards. If you notice, this one is double-sided, not like the last one. Why is it double-sided? Because now we want to say thank you and I love you to our brothers, the Ashkenazim. The first edition, I didn't realize, it was my mistake, was only a Sephardic nusach. So we wanted to make a Ashkenazi nusach, but b'siyata d'ishmaya, we realized that this has 2 sides. So since we don't know who's who, instead of sending a box of just Ashkenazim to this one, a box of just Sephardi to that one, and so on and so forth, every poster will have both. Every poster will have both. And this, right now, we're printing 40,000 of them. It's supposed to cost almost $6 each. We've given already almost 60,000 for free. Anyone wants to sponsor them, there's 40,000 on the way. Whatever you want to sponsor. You want to sponsor 5, you want to sponsor 5,000. Whatever you want. These are the things that make people do tshuva. Why? They not only see, I have to thank Hashem that I could actually go to the bathroom and I didn't just die. But on top of it, there's a little sticker, there's a little stamp on the bottom over here, where if they put their camera on it, it downloads our app. Once they download the app, they have to do tshuva. Why? You can't download the app without listening to shiur. You can't listen to shiur without doing tshuva. So, Rabotai Karim, this is another way to help people do tshuva. Last but not least, this is the first time I'm talking about it. These first 2 some of you know about. This last one no one knows about. Is BeEzrat HaShem, we're coming out with our first book. Our first book, it's going to be in Hebrew. The first book is predominantly going to be in Hebrew, and the reason why we did it this way is because Baruch Hashem, 90% of our lectures are in English. And the Hebrew-speaking public doesn't have enough of our Torah. So we're coming out with the book, BeEzrat HaShem. Hopefully within the next several months it'll be out in copies and so on. But this too, unlike businesses, is going to be given for free. It's not going to be sold on Art Scroll or on Amazon, on Shmamazon or anything like that. It's going to be given for free. Reason? For the same reason we do everything else for free. It's all for Hashem. So, but it's free, we give it. It doesn't cost free. It doesn't cost free. Someone that wants to have their name as a sponsor in the book, anything like that, they can contact us. We'll be happy to talk about it. This is something that you'll see in a book. You'll be a partner in a book. This book, even the walls are going to do tshuva. This book goes straight to the source. It's not like I chit-chat with you guys here and there, laugh with you here and there, joke once in a blue moon. No, this one goes straight to the bottom line. Over 400 sources. 400 sources from the Torah listed in the book that literally an atheist, an ape, a goy, a half a Jew, a middle Jew, a big Jew, a small Jew, a fat Jew, a skinny Jew. Everybody can do tshuva from this book. I'm going to start with Hebrew, and BeEzrat Hashem, after that, add some more English stuff, but later on. So this is another very, very big project. BeEzrat Hashem, the book itself is finished. BeEzrat Hashem, the book is finished. It's now being edited. The cover is almost finished. And BeEzrat Hashem, printing. Printing takes a little bit of time, but obviously we need to raise more money. So anyone that wants to be generous, before you send 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 to your shul, I'm not saying don't donate to the shul. But you have to look at these big investments you make as what's going to generate the most amount of return. The Beit Knesset, you could donate $10,000, $20,000. How many people can do tshuva from the Beit Knesset by going to Shachrit and Mincha and maybe hearing one halacha a day? How many? How many are going to do tshuva versus a company that only does kiruv all day and does everything for free? He says, no, I'm not trying to be a salesman here. I don't make any money out of this. The reality is that every person needs to evaluate themselves. People love to donate to these other places that show their name on the internet. They show their name, oh, he donated $500 to the chandelier. You want those donations, you want your name to be on a chandelier, donate to them. You want your name to be in Shamayim, that's a different story. So BeEzrat Hashem, everyone takes all of this into account, thinks about this very carefully, and BeEzrat Hashem does tshuva and helps others do tshuva. Right now you have an opportunity of a lifetime, you're going to see a bunch of strangers in shul. You're going to see a bunch of people you don't see during the rest of the year in shul. There's a reason why you don't see them. They don't know anything. Do yourself a favor. Say something. Say something. Want to come over for dinner after Yom Kippur? Want to come over for Shabbat? Want to come to the shiur? You have to listen to this CD I have. What is it? It's amazing. What is it about? I just got to show it to you. Say something, Ribono Shalom. You have a mouth. All year we talk Lashon Hara. At least say something good once a year. Say something. These people, you may not see them for another year. You may not see these people for another year. Say something. You don't necessarily need to tell them Masechet Gehinom. But say something. Say something. Give them a CD after the Beit Knesset. Do something. If you're driving to shul, you parked in front of the shul, have a bunch of CDs in your car. As soon as everybody comes out on Motzei Chag, you're already giving CDs one at a time, one at a time. You're like a machine. Do something. It's the best opportunity of the year. Why? Almost everyone goes to shul on Yom Kippur. Almost everyone. BeEzrat Hashem, this will give you guys some ideas to think about tshuva. And BeEzrat Hashem, this will also help all of Am Yisrael do tshuva.